Hello everyone again, it's diecast, and in this video we're going to take a look at some more cars. We have a bunch of cars around here right now, and I don't really know how that happened. I guess I got a little carried away. I tend to buy the cars in big lots because I can get them cheaper that way. I go through, I take the ones that I want to keep, and then I usually don't sell off the extras on eBay. I usually I have other guys that I buy for, and then I kind of distribute the cars out to them and make a small profit on it. But I like to make a video of the cars that come through, because why not? While we've got the cars, we can make a video. This one you'll probably recognize from a past mystery car, and another one of these came in and I thought I knew what it was, but then I did some research and now I'm not sure, so I thought I'd start with it because you guys can help me out. This is, I thought, was from the Criss Crash set. The tampos on it, that kind of strange painted fire, are not meant to be decorative flames, I don't think. They're meant to be flames of fiery death after a crash flames, like real flames. The track set was kind of a figure eight, double figure eight thing, and the cars, of course, would hit each other. And it came with two cars, and I think this was one of them, and the other one was a rather ugly kind of whitish car, and it had like holes in the tampos on the car, kind of like burn holes. So they were kind of ugly cars. And I got to thinking, I thought this one was I can't remember the name, a screecher, a scorcher, a screamer. Because listen to it. I'm going to roll it here. It's got a strange sound to it, and it goes over the side of light stands really well. And that's because its wheels, if you could see this, it's got these grooved wheels. They're like gears. They're really grooved. So, if anybody knows what that one is, let me know. I thought it was from the Criss Crash set. Now I'm not so sure, because I don't think those wheels would work very good on a track set. So if anybody knows, let me know. I'm not going to call it a mystery car because I thought we solved the mystery already. But let me know if you know what that is. Okay, moving on. We've got a bunch of these 55 Chevys. So we got blue one, a yellow one, a white one. We've got two more yellow ones over here. There we go. We'll put these two are the same. And a little bit about these guys. 55 Chevys. If you've been collecting for more than a week, you know that Hot Wheels made a bunch of different Chevys. I have trouble telling them all apart. I'm not that good at picking out cars immediately by their name. The white one, this one, is from the 1991 mainlines. Crazy tampos. It's got the Blackwalls on it. Nothing too special about it. None of these have interiors, by the way. The yellow one, this one. This guy with his crazy measle graphics, this paint splatter type thing, was popular for a year or two with Hot Wheels. Nowadays, I'm not so sure that wouldn't just be called an error. This was from the 96 main lines. This one's interesting. It has this one here. It has an on-card variation, and for some strange reason, it goes by Juice Machine or 55 Chevy on the card. The card had two names on it. The car itself is exactly the same, except the spots are always different. They're not tampos. They're actually paint splatters. Strange. And then the yellow ones here. These guys are probably worth the most of this group. This one back here is in worse shape than this guy up here. This guy's in pretty decent shape. What was I going to say? I have now forgotten. It's 91. And I don't remember. There's a version of this that's rare, and I cannot remember for the life of me now what it is. I didn't write it down in my notes. Anyway, there's two versions of this one. These are the easier to find ones. And then this blue guy, he's from the 1997 mainlines, and he was part of the Blue Streak series. Because he's blue. This one's pretty good looking. Real good shape for this one. Rolls great. So some 55 Chevys. Moving on. This guy, I do not know the name. I thought I did. I threw it in here because I thought I knew the name. And that was not the name. And now I don't know the name. It's a McLaren type IndyCar of some sort. But it does not have the name on the base. If we look at it here, you'll see no name on the base there. 83, Malaysia. He's in great shape. Back opens up too. See if I can get it to stay up. Oh. But I don't remember the name of that guy, so sorry. We're off to a bad start with information already. Next car. This one I know the name. It's a Mustang GT. This one's kind of rare. I haven't seen this one in a while. This is the 5-spoke variation, obviously, on it. This one comes in a lot of variations. If it's got a 7-spoke wheel, it's worth a lot of money. Especially if it's on a card mint, you see a 7-spoke wheel one, you should buy that. And if you don't know what to do with it, you just send it to me. That's what you do with that. But this one is the more common variation. Pretty cool car. Rolls great. Next up, we got a funny car. Firebird funny car. This one's a lot of people's favorites. If you were a kid, late 70s, early 80s, you probably had one of these. I'm sure this had to be one of their biggest sellers. This is the 1995 version. It's got that huge Blackwall on the back there. Race Team Tampos. Yeah, 1995. Lifts up. Very good shape on this guy. I can't get it to stay up though. But nice one. Roadrunner. What, 1970, I think, Roadrunner. And this one's a story to it. Does anybody know? Has something to do with color. Quick, running out of time. It's a Kmart color variation, the brown. For some reason, Kmart really does like the grays and the browns. You don't see a lot of those except with the Kmart color variation. This one did come with exclusive 10 spokes. And in the variation, so kind of strange. They had the color variation at Kmart, so there was limited ones of these, and then there was a 10-spoke variation on top of it. It's worth a lot if you can find the 10-spoke variation. Kind of an odd-looking car, very pimped out with those tribal tampos on it. All right, next up we've got some 3 windows from 1934. There's a bunch of them here. There you go. There you go. Bunch. We got a bunch of gray ones in, or silver. The start with the purple one. Purple one's from 1999. 5-spoke wheels on it. And it's from the Power Series, I think. Yeah, it was called the Power Series. He can't drive at night because he chopped off his headlights. So no driving at night for the purple guy. The silver ones are interesting, and I'll put them side by side here. These 2 front ones you can see have the Blackwall wheels. This one has the 3-spoke wheels. So, and the 3-spoke wheels worth the least. The Blackwall's worth a little bit more. If it had 7-spoke wheels, which was the other variation, it would be worth quite a bit more. Again, you know, they're to play with. So I don't tend to over capitalize them. This one, before I show it, this one was one of those moments where we got the box in, I opened the box, and usually I kind of glance through the box real quick just to grab out anything that I want from my collection or that might be worth a lot that we could sell. Because Andrew tends to go through the boxes and he gets his choice of cars too. And he kind of knows that when the boxes come in to look through for certain cars. Well, this one I pulled out very quickly. It was one of those moments where you see the car and you're like, oh, it's a Neet Streeter. 1977 Neet Streeter. This one came from the Chrome 6-pack. So rarer. It was not part of the main lines as far as I know. This one's kind of interesting because in 76 there was this same car was part of the Super Chromes pack. And If you can find it in mint condition, this one's worth easily over 50 bucks in mint condition, if not close to $100 in mint condition. So this guy is not in mint condition. He's not worth that much, but he's going to go into my special box. Next up, we got a Grandee Lusion. Not Grand Illusion, a Grandee Lusion. And if you don't believe me, it is there it is, Grandee Lusion. He's a tuned car. They only made this for 1 year. 2004, we never saw it again. Probably never going to see it again. There's a whole bunch of variations that have to do with the window color on this, even though you can't see it very well. There was also a Zamac version. That was one of the Zamacs for that year. Grandee Lusion. Next up, an XT3. Boy, we've seen a lot of these in the last couple videos. We went a long time. I went nearly a year without seeing one of these come through. And I think we've seen about 3 or 4 of them now in the last, like, 2 weeks. This one, I think, is really one of the better ones. It's got the glitter paint on it, the blue glitter paint and the white base, which makes it look good. This one's in great shape. I mean, this is really near mint shape that this one is in. And this one I'm keeping. I always like that model. Next up, got a Ferrari 348. There you go. And I am Ferrari'd out. I think every video we've done for the last 5 has had one of these 348s in it. This one's from 96. Part of the main line. It's got the 5-dot wheels. I think this one came with a 5-spoke variation. But all these Ferraris start to look the same to me after a while. So that guy, don't have much else to say about him. We've got a dragster. Sorry about that. I hit the pause button. This one goes by a lot of names. It's goes by Driven to the Max. This one is the... I'm not going to remember the name of this one. It's probably not on the bottom. I do not remember the name. If it's just Dragster, Hot Wheels Dragster, I don't remember. The 95 and 96 versions of this in the main line were basically exactly the same, which is kind of strange. The 96 version came in a 5-pack is all. So next up, a limousine, and that is limousine as in Z-E-E-N. Part of the Biff Bam Plop Bang collection, whatever it was. It's got a very annoying chrome base here, which never show up well in the videos. There you go. Not sure why you'd put chrome on the bottom of your car. That doesn't seem very effective. 1997. We saw the was it the Range Rover? I think it was the Range Rover from this collection in the last video. You can see there's a party going on there in the back. They got the champagne already. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun in a limo tonight. Next up, 35 Cadillac. I don't see too many of these come through. I don't think they sold a lot of them. I don't think this was a particularly popular model. It's if you can't read what it says there, it's Aldo Tuxedo Rental. Aldo's Tuxedo Rental. Aldo makes a lot of money if he can afford to drive this puppy around. This came from the Showbiz 5-pack. If it was a real Cadillac 8, that's what these basically were called. I think this is a Cadillac 8. Again, not a car guy. I just kind of read stuff and remember. But I think it's a Cadillac 8. There was only about 3,000 of these ever made. And this was pre-World War II. They cost about $5,000 in real life. Not this one. But and in 1932-ish through 35-ish, there was only about 3,000 people in the U.S. with that kind of money. So not a lot of these left on the road. If you got one of these, a real life-sized one sitting in your garage, yeah, you're probably pretty rich. So nice car, though. Rolls great. All right. And next, Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave those for the next video because we're gonna go a little bit over here. So I'm gonna wrap this one up, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.